Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back to the Sports Back Zone. The air on the football field is dense with uncertainty after La Liga rejected the registration of Barcelona's new players. The Spanish football club has been banned from registering their summer signings until they reduce their spending. But Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, Rafinha, Andreas Christensen and Frank Kessie are among the players yet to be registered for the league, which begins on Friday. President of Barcelona FC, Joan Laporta, says he still believes that the players will be able to register for Saturday's match against Rayo Vallecano. We have done the job well and we believe we meet all the requirements. The documentation is all submitted and we are waiting for the response from La Liga. There may be some disparity, but we understand that there will be no problems because we have complied with everything and the players will be able to register. If not, we are prepared to apply the fourth lever and we will do so. Meanwhile, Barcelona believes that Frenkie de Jong signed an illegal contract under the management of former president Josep Maria Bartomeu. The midfielder has been made aware of the matter and was asked to return to the terms of his first contract signed in 2019. Bartomeu insists that no illegal contracts were signed during his presidency. All right, so as I said before, Brent Sancho will stay with us. He's still with us. Brent, this new season hasn't even begun. We're talking about Barcelona, and it seems extremely messy.
You're being very generous, Mariah. It's beyond messy. It's mind-boggling. It's extremely confusing, and I think a lot outside of Barcelona doors and Barcelona fans are just amazed as to what is transpiring. It's very difficult to even give an answer or give an explanation because it's not happened ever in football. Here is a club that is millions and millions of dollars in debt, has outspent the majority of European football clubs over this transfer window and continue to spend and are now knocking on the door of La Liga and basically asking them to change their rules to make sure that these players could register. Mind you, Mariah, they owe players salaries from before and are now trying to bully players out of the door so that they can register these players. The players that they're asking, they're bullying are players that they owed money to and have asked in the past to take wage cuts. It's something that is just, it's mind-blowing and it's very, very difficult to understand.
Do you see La Liga bending to Barcelona's request, please? Because these 6 players are very integral to Barcelona's if they are to compete this season.
I think that is the quintessential question and a very interesting question because at the end of the day, La Liga needs Barcelona. That's no fact. There's no denying that. What they bring in terms of the value to the league, to the value to Spain and the Spanish Football Association and everything that they do commercially and outside of that, television. They need Barcelona. And they don't just need a Barcelona that plays in Europa or finishes mid-table. They need a Barcelona that has been one of the spotlights in world football. That is what they need. So the question really comes down to if they are going to bend and how far are they going to bend if they do bend. And I think that question could only be answered by the La Liga. What we've seen in the past as it relates, of course, Lionel Messi not being able to sign, one of the players not being able to sign last season because of this very same reason. The question is coming into this season, will that happen again? The way Barcelona has gone about their business and with their president Laporte and what he's been doing, they seem very confident that this can happen. Are we going to end up, of course, in a standoff in the Midwest? I think the next couple of days would shed some light on that.
Brent, Barcelona's salaries are said to be 103% of revenue. This is a club that generates $1 billion in revenue every year since 2017. How can a club continue to exist under these circumstances without going? I mean, you just heard Bayern when they were in the Lewandowski trade, the sale, saying that they want their money up front because they don't know if Barcelona is going to exist in another 2 years. Why is La Liga then, I mean, you said that they do need Barcelona, but why is La Liga so seemingly so reluctant to act more forcefully to get Barcelona in line with the fair play requirements?
I think to even broaden your question, Leighton, why isn't FIFA getting involved? Why is FIFA not getting involved? Why is the European Club Association not getting involved? We've seen in the past where financial fair play has come into question. As much as that is a toothless tiger, questions need to be asked. As you rightfully mentioned, within FIFA structures, there's club licensing, etc. It is stated that your 60%, it's a 60-40 ratio. And if Barcelona is spending, between 40 and 60% is supposed to be spent, and this is a club that is spending 103% of their revenues, which is, as I said, which is crazy to even think of. And they've continued to do so. So the question is, where are the others in authority when it comes to this question? And I think that is the fact that is really troubling a lot of football fans and people involved in football, that no one outside of La Liga has said anything about this, because this goes directly against what FIFA has been trying, of course, to manifest, to project through financial fair play. European club football, UEFA, they've all been going down this road about financial fair play and the importance of club survival. And here you have a football club that is spending future earnings and of course, going beyond and way beyond what is the status quo to be able to play football. And I think that really is a troubling question.
Yeah, because the point is that, according to what I've been following up on it, they're selling 25% of their TV Liga rights for the next 25 years, which is about 300 million euros. And of course, they're selling 49% of their merchandising and licensing operation. That means that they're bringing in money now, but down the road, they could be in the same situation again, because they're feasting now, but they could be starving in 2 or 3 years.
Well, they're kicking the can down the road, aren't they, as it relates to their debts and their financial situation. And that is the concern. I think what is even more alarming for me is that Barcelona is not a PLC. They are operated through fans. And the fans themselves voted on this. So the current fans are seeing the importance, from where they sit, the importance to have a Barcelona now. They're not even thinking about a Barcelona 5 or 10 years down the road. And for me, that is even more troubling, because if you ask any fan, of course they're going to want to have the top players playing for their football clubs. They may not, of course, want to understand the ramifications of not having a club 5 and 10 years down the road. So it is such a messy situation. It is such a very, very dangerous situation, as you would have alluded to. What happens to Barcelona 5, 10 years down the road if this current situation continues to balloon from a financial? And I can only see it getting worse, because if you look at their history, this is a team that has spent 200-odd million in the transfer market with the likes of Coutinho, De Jong, etc. I can go through an entire list of players that they would have signed. And when you look at their wage bill, they have paid some absolutely ridiculous sums of money to players. So from a financial management perspective, they certainly throw caution, well, beyond throwing caution to the wind. So what makes you feel 5, 10 years down the road, this is going to improve? I just don't think so. I think they're playing a very extremely dangerous game of cat and mouse. And at some point, either the cat or the mouse is going to get hurt.
Yeah, well, no pun intended at all, Brent, when we say messy situation, when we describe Barcelona. We want to thank you so much for joining us, and we do know we'll be seeing a lot of you now that the football season is back.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, good catching up with you, Brent.
All right, Brent Sancho there. Break time.